Feeling creative. I'm going to give my friend David Kubes a call. Old school. David.
Hello.
David, it's me, Simone, all the way down under in Australia.
Oh my God, I'm so happy you got a connection. How is it in Australia? I can hear you so clearly. I love technology.
Well, maybe it's because you're in Austria and I'm in Australia. Australia, Austria. There's just like that.
So good to hear from you, Simone. What's going on? What's new?
Well, what's going on? What's new? So much, David. And I am so excited about coming to Dubai and doing a class with you, Business Done Different, and doing Business Done Different in Dubai, live and online as well. You and me co-facilitating. Oh my goodness, how do we get so lucky in January? And I wanted to ask you a question. And this is why, I wanted to call you and ask you a question, just shoot the breeze and ask you, what do you get that works from old school business that still works, and people try and recreate the wheel all the time, and yet we have something that works that's easy? What do you know about that?
Well, it's probably the telephone line getting connected to people, which was the idea of introducing the telephone. And I still remember when I was a kid, there was AT&T, and then they had the slogan about connecting the world, connecting people. What if connecting with people was the way to start to be in business, rather than handing over that part to some app or some technology? I think for me, that's the essence, that's the core of a business, the connection you have with others, and then you use technology to help you, but it can't
I love
replace
that.
you.
And just picking up the phone and ringing. I mean, do you remember years ago, this is going to be, showing my age, when you'd call someone and they didn't answer, but you couldn't leave a message, you just rang back, but it was always about engaging. It was about picking up the phone and calling. And I see so often now people do this thing of like, oh, we'll just send it emails, or we'll just send a group chat, or we'll just do this. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm big on group chats because we can get a lot of shit done, and we can, talk to a lot of different people. But what it does come down to is sometimes phoning someone and having that engagement is just such a prevalent part of creating a future together. And if you're going to create a future together with people, because, oh yeah, heck, you need clients, you need, I'm even having a meeting with one of my private bankers on Monday because there's a new person in there, and it's literally just a meet and greet, and we're getting on the phone and chatting. So they know me, I know them, and having that engagement so that we can create a future together. I do. I think that people have lost that. It's the art of engagement seems to be lost, but it's not too late.
Well, I had a conversation. I was recently facilitating in Sao Paulo, Brazil, and they live on WhatsApp and Telegram. And I actually called this one guy who was helping me with some promotion. And he never picked up the phone and started texting back. And I said, can I just call you? And he said, it's uncomfortable. And I said, wow, so what is uncomfortable with phone calls? And he actually, after a conversation, he said, because I have to choose right away. I can't think about what to say. It's too spot on spot. And I said, and that is, why would that work? Why would that not work? And then he said, well, then I would just say something that comes right out of my head rather than thinking about it. And I was like, wow, what if he actually allowed himself to follow his knowing? And you instantaneously know what will create your future. But people tend to think things through. That's why they like texting, because then they can think about it and control it more. And I was like, wow, that's so interesting.
Yeah.
How people perceive this. So what gift can a personal conversation be? And what if being exposed to a conversation was a gift rather than something that's uncomfortable?
So I'm going to give people listening to this some home play. What if you picked up the phone and you rang at least 3 people today that could increase your business? And don't make it like hard work. Don't make it like, oh, I'm going to call this person because this could be this, or looking for this result or this answer. Just pick up the phone and call 3 different people. I mean, it could just be like, hey, how's your business? How you doing? Like if you've got clients, it's like just touching base with them. So that's the first part of the home play. The second part of the home play, go chat to someone absolutely randomly. If you're in a coffee shop, or you're in a restaurant, or you're getting on a plane, or wherever you are, stop, smile at them, engage. And you know what? If you have that energy in you that you go, oh, and it's like, what the hell? And you want to run 1,000,000 miles, stop. Is it yours or is it theirs? And lower your walls and barriers and just be like, hey, how's it going? How's your day today? And it's like, have you done anything exciting today? Most people go to, oh, how are you? And you answer good, right? And it's like, what if there was a different question that you could ask that was engaging to people? Because you have a look at who you're interested in. And when someone has a sense of humor or when someone smiles, actually, David, you've got to come to Australia. And I'll tell you why. I'm driving into the village this morning, okay? Driving in the village, and there's this guy running down the street, and he's got no shirt on. He's hotter than hell. Like he was just like, oh my God, and it's in a slow zone. So I'm driving, reasonably slowly, and he can see me looking at him. And it was so wonderful. He just looked at me and gave me this big, juicy smile and like waved. And I was like, yeah. And I was like, fuck yeah, that's what you want, And I like waved back sort of thing. I've never met him, but he could see that I was watching his beautiful body come down there. He was appreciating it. Boom. That's engagement. It doesn't have to be complicated.
And it doesn't have to be complicated. It doesn't have to have an agenda. I
No.
know there is this judgment.
Oh, so you
this.
mean that my agenda, I should destroy that agenda that I had?
But you had none. You were absolutely conscious.
I had none.
But that's what people think. They think you have to have an agenda. And if you don't have an agenda, it's used as small talk. Listen, if you engage with someone, if you gift a smile to someone, it's not just used as small talk. It's rare that people are engaging with you. It's rare that people actually just gift you a smile because they can. And if you practice that, no agenda, just go hi, smile, ask who they are, what they do, how their day was, and then move on. That already is being different. That already gifts something to that person, that wow moment. And that's just beautiful to be able to gift that with no agenda.
Yeah. And it can be anything. I mean, I was getting a coffee the other day, and I was with a friend, and this guy had the best voice. And I went, dude, your voice is amazing. And he goes, I know. He said, my girlfriend always says that too. And I went, why does she make you wake her up in the morning with this voice? And he went, she literally does. And we started laughing about it, right? But because we just had this like, it was just like, wow, can you send me to sleep? Like that voice is incredible, but that's an engagement. There's literally no agenda. It's an engagement with another person and just being like, hey. And I was commenting to someone about, in America, I lived in California and Santa Barbara for a while. And I was always so amazed at how Americans would comment to you about how you looked. Like if you had they'd be like, hey, that's a great handbag, or that skirt looks amazing, or, anything like that. And I was always like, oh, and then you got really used to it. And you come to Australia, and I'm pretty sure Austria is the same. It's like you don't comment on things like that. So I practiced actually doing that, and not from a lie. Like when I see a woman in a beautiful dress and she just looks amazing, it's like I actually most of the time now will comment and just be like, wow, you look stunning. You look so beautiful. And it can change other people's days, the way you can interact and engage with them. And what if that was business done different? That was the beginning of you having a different reality with other people, with engagement, with your business, with revenue streams, with making money, all of it and more.
That's a beautiful way to get started. That acknowledgement, that willingness to be different. Yes, it's not normal anymore. It's not mainstream anymore. But why not start being it, and why not enjoying it? If you take that energy to your entire business, to the way you be in business, oh my God, world, watch out.
So David, thank you for joining me here today. This is just a little quickie we wanted to do to invite you to be you, first of all.
Yes.
But we have an agenda, no agenda. It's like, that miss you, don't miss you. Have an agenda, no agenda. We'd love you to come and play with us and come to Business Done Different in Dubai. It's live and online, and the link is below, SimoneMilasas.com/BDD. But use these tools anyway. If you come, great. If you don't, that's okay too. And if you came on late and you're wondering why the hell we have these phones, it's because we thought it was funny.
I know. And
we wanted to engage with each other.
I have the
and I was like, I've got this idea. Let's do this. And David goes, I've got a phone too. And it was like, let's engage in a different way.
Thank you so much, Simone. I can't wait for this class. I can't wait to hang out with you in Dubai again and just explore possibilities beyond beliefs and whatever. There is nothing impossible. Everything you desire to have in life, why would you not invite yourself to start having it?
So, thank you, David. So should we do this like you hang up first? No, you hang up
first. You hang up first. No, you.
No, you hang up. No, you hang up first. Okay, on three.
What?
1, 2.